are looking live at Conley Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Woburn Memorial High School. We've got a special edition Thursday night football matchup for you on tap tonight between the 4-1 hometown Woburn Tanners and the 1-4 Lexington Minutemen. We are thrilled to be bringing you more Tanner football action here on WPMC alongside my broadcast partner, Zeke Altman. I am Joey Matroni. Now, Zeke, what can you tell us about this first half of the season for the Tanners?
Well, first of all, Joey, like I always say, I am so happy to be here. Thursday night, a little weird, but because of ref shortages, we are here. We're going to still bring you the action. But like you said, Joey, the first half of the season, there have been bumps in the road, for sure. They started a big win against Longmeadow, but BC High really was a test, and they really didn't answer to that test. But Burlington was a rocky game. They got out of that. Good teams win tough games, and they won that game. And Wakefield and Reading, they have taken care of business. Wakefield, the Division IV state championship champions last year. But I want to highlight one player. His name is Caden Davis, the junior QB. And like I said, Joey, he started off slow just like the rest of the team. You really question, do they need to run the ball every play? Because Caden Davis wasn't making the best decisions. But against Reading and against Wakefield, he really has stepped up.
Those two games against Reading and Wakefield are the ones that stand out to me the most, is in those two games. Recently, the Tanners have combined for a staggering total of 66 points, which is, I think, something that's going to be very beneficial to them, especially against the lesser team like the Lexington Minutemen, who up to this point in the season have a negative 88-point differential.
100%, Joey. And this game right here, they needs to be a statement. Caden Davis has had two good games in a row. Could he come in here tonight and have a great game in front of his home crowd? We will see. Lexington, their threat is on the run game. They have a two-headed beast in Amari Moe and and Sawyer Colwell. Colwell has been getting the reps so far, but Amari Moe, he was the long jump state champion without even long jump cleats for track in the spring. So he has the speed, he has the athleticism. It's going to for sure be a test for the Tanners defense. But let's go to the field for the Star Spangled Banner. Back here soon on WPMC.
Perform this evening by the Woburn High School Marching Band.
We're back here on Woburn Media Centers. We're just about set and ready to go for some football. The Woburn Tanners have won the toss and elected to defer, which means that defense will be out on the field first.
Yeah, Joey, and the defense, we've talked about it all season. 6 points last week against Wakefield. Very good performance against that team. Like I said, Joey, that won the Division IV state championship last season. Led by, of course, Brian Frere, Mark Coutone, Ryan Lush, Ryan Piscini in the secondary. But your defensive line has really stepped up in a few games this season, whether it be Matt Souza, J.J. Merlane. Guys like that, they need to continue stepping up in a game like this. And their run defense, Dante Delagrati, Jaden Castriota, Joe Senna. Like we said, that's going to be Lexington's threat this game.
Sean Marsh, given the kickoff duties last week, against Reading and Wakefield, and he'll kick it off here tonight. We are underway, and it's time for Tanner football as it's a high kick taken in, and it's fumbled, and it looks like the Tanners have fallen on it. It looked to be number 8, Braden Gillespie, who came away with the football, and right away the Tanners are in plus territory.
Wow, that's unbelievable, Joey. I'm not totally sure that Lexington touched that football, but who cares? We got the ball going at the 23-yard line. What a start. We were talking about the defense 5 seconds ago. Now we can talk about Caden Davis's offense. So let's see what they can conjure up in this first drive.
Christian Flores for Lexington was the man back, but he's the one who muffed it. And as you said, Zeke, Caden Davis, and the Tanner offense out here early. Davis in the split back formation under center.
Watch the motion, Kolodko, going to the bottom of your screen here.
Now the outermost wide receiver is Kolodko, and we've got a flag on the field for a false start.
Not a great way to start off the first drive. Joey, it's a really repetitive word, I feel like, in our commentary over the last 2 years, unforced errors. I think that's exactly what you knew I was going for. But in a game like this where you're the heavy favorites, those kind of errors will get you to lose the game, like we saw against Burlington when they barely got bailed out by a Caden Davis blocked field goal towards the end of the game.
The Tanners backed up to the 28-yard line in a pistol formation as Ferreira will get the handoff. Off tackle he goes, and he's into the secondary, and it's a nice gain on the opening play. Ferreira able to maneuver through those tackles, and
yeah, Joey, good work by Jaden Castriota there, the left guard, really cutting through the defensive lineman to make space for the probably all scholastic running back we have here in Woburn that, we don't mention too much, but only all the time.
Against Reading, he of course broke the all-time leading rusher record previously held by Tom Hart. As Ryan Lush comes in motion, it's fumbled and picked up by Caden Davis, who keeps possession, but after that is forced to go down. And nearly a negative play for the Tanners.
And you take a look at Coach Belcher on the sideline, not too happy about that play. 2 of the first 3 plays have not been what the Tanners want. 2 mistakes. They got to strengthen their mental and big third down play here.
The honorary game captain for tonight, number 12, Dylan Sigsbury, checks in for the first time tonight, as Caden Davis will go under center, and it's a toss to Ferreira, who's going up the middle. Let's see where they spotted. He's still churning, and it'll definitely be a goal-to-go situation upcoming on a nice maneuver back up towards the middle of the field by Ferreira.
Yeah, as we take a look at the replay here, Ferreira really doesn't stop. You might think he's down. He's not down. He has still got 5 yards to go.
That run, of course, was good for a Tanner first down, and with 10:27 to go left in the first, the Tanners are on the doorstep of the end zone. A full house formation here for the Tanners with the maximum of 3 backs. It'll go back to Ferreira, who churns it up the middle. Let's see where he's marked, and he's in for the Tanner touchdown. The 4th touchdown in the past 2 games already for Ferreira, and he's back on the board here at Conley Memorial Stadium.
And Joey, it's funny you mentioned the 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. That might be 6 or 7 or 8, because when he gets going, fasten your seatbelts, Joey. And the first touchdown here tonight, he's a special player, all scholastic like we said, and really a stud in the backfield.
Tanner's back out for the 2-point conversion and split back formation. It's the reverse from Pacini to Ferreira, and Ferreira waltzes his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And with 10:05 to go, the Tanners go up 8-0. We'll be back for the Lexington possession on WPMC. Back here on WPMC after the initial touchdown drive by the Tanners as Sean Marsh sends it away once again, this time deep towards the end zone, and it's a touchback. A powerful boot there from number 17, Sean Marsh. And for the first time tonight, we'll see junior quarterback 6'3" Adam O'Shaughnessy for the Minutemen.
You know, Joey, I think Sean Marsh made a mistake there. I think he should have kicked it short again.
Marsh's kick is in the end zone for a touchback. Lexington will start on offense first and 10.
Now finally we get to talk about the Lexington offense here. Like we talked about before, Amari Moe and Sawyer Colwell going against the front seven of the Tanners, of course, led by Brian Ferreira, J.J. Merlane, Matt Souza.
Here comes O'Shaughnessy out to give the first play of the night to this Minutemen offense. They'll be going in their road whites with navy pants and gold stripes on the side, along with navy stripes and the Minutemen on the helmet, as O'Shaughnessy claps his hands and hands it off tackle, and a multitude of Tanners get there to make the first stop of the night.
Sawyer Colwell on the carry for Lexington.
Looks like Colwell with the first carry of the game. Tacks on 3 yards for his Minutemen.
Here's 3 of the play, second down 7.
It's really been a tale of two styles of games for the Minutemen up to this point. They've had two one-possession games. One, of course, the 27-24 victory over the Spy Ponders of Arlington, and then their opener was a 1-point defeat to Acton Boxborough. Receiver comes in motion. It's another handoff to Colwell, who is stopped immediately. Matt Souza is the first man there.
And when you talk about the Tanners defensive line, the first person you talk about is Matt Souza. He gets to the quarterback, he gets to the running backs. He really is able to split through the opposition offensive line just so easily. He's such a strong dude. He knows exactly what he's doing, and that's why he's been playing for so long for Coach Belcher's defense.
O'Shaughnessy now into a third down with his offense. Under center again. Actually, no, he's in the shotgun here. Barking out signals to his receivers. Now back into his position. Backs away, takes a drop, now looks to run, and is stripped down. Number 2, Caden Davis and Matt Souza were the two closest defenders there, and it's a quick 3-and-out for the Minutemen.
Joey, that was like clock's work. 3 plays and Tanner's right back in possession. Expect to see that a lot tonight because this Tanner's defense is relentless.
The punt is up in the air and nearly blocked, but it does get to Ryan Lush, but he'll elect to let that one go, and it'll go out of bounds near the 40-yard line, and that is where Caden Davis and the offense will take over. A successful first drive. Let's see how they can follow that one up.
Yeah, and just to take a quick look at the standings, the MIA power rankings specifically, Woburn are 6th in the state in Division 3. Of course, some of the teams in front of them are special, like Milton, Billerica. These teams are really good football teams, but it's going to be interesting to see. The Tanners, with that position right now, will have their first round at home, but you would want to be in the top 4 to have 2 playoff games. Of course, if that's the case, WPMC will bring you that coverage.
Junior quarterback Caden Davis back out into the full house formation. It's a handoff to Kanevi this time, and he's stopped maybe after a gain of a half yard.
Coach Belcher trying to give a run to Kanevi there, as Ferreira has really got most of the work so far in this one. Kanevi, of course, had a touchdown last game. He's really caught on to that running back role so far this season. Of course, a young sophomore like Connor Foley, like Mason Doherty. These kids are growing and they're developing, so don't want to put too much pressure on them, but they're very important pieces to this very successful football team. Take a look at Evan Kolodko at the bottom of your screen here.
Davis into a split back shotgun formation as Lush comes in motion. The handoff will go to Lush. We know the speed that he has. Out across the 40, 45, 50 down the sideline. Still, and he's hobbling now. Let's hope he's all right as he's gone near the track there.
Number 3, Ryan Lush on the carry. The play is good for
Looked like he pulled his hamstring about 15, 20 yards into the play. That is not a great sight to see. Of course, we know Ryan Lush has had that speed, but he's had the hamstring problems for a couple of weeks now, whether it be cramps, pulls.
All in all, Lush goes out at the 36-yard line. On the first down play, the split back formation is Kenevi and Ferreira. It's a toss to Ferreira on the outside, who is looking for the edge. Evades one man. Down the sideline, still stiff arm, and is finally ripped down. What a move there on the juke by Ferreira to evade number 11.
Looked like Nigel Natwatwa. Really did not look like he knew what he was doing there.
Stigsbury back out onto the field, replacing Mark Catone. And it's a first and it's a first and 10 at the 12-yard line for the Tanners. The full house formation is back with Davis under center. And the motion man is Pacini, but it's an outside handoff to Ferreira, who makes another man miss with a juke, but only able to get to about the 10-yard line.
You know, Joey, if you're trying to pick at some of the things that Brian Ferreira could get better at, of course, his speed is stellar, his strength is stellar. It's just the shiftiness that's just a tiny bit off, but he showed it that last play that we saw, putting Natwatwa on the ground, and if he can get better at that, he can become even better than he already is.
Pacini and Kolodko to one side and Stigsbury alone on the other with a pistol formation. Kenevi the fullback. The handoff again will go to Ferreira, who has a huge hole and is going to get in for his second touchdown of the night. We can keep counting them week after week. Ferreira keeps showing out, and it's 14-0 with 5:19 to go in the first.
And it's Brendan Schwartz and Natwatwa again really looking goofy out there with Brian Ferreira running at them. And it's just, give credit to the offensive line here. I mean, Brian Ferreira is running free. He sees open grass ahead of him every single play.
Tanner's back out for the two-point conversion with Davis under center and Kenevi the lone back. It's a rollout pass. Davis to the corner of the end zone, and it is caught for the two by Dylan Stigsbury. And with that, the Tanners take a 16-0 lead with 5:19 to go in the first. Back on WPMC after a quick break.
With 5:19 left in the first quarter, the score, Woburn 16, Lexington 0.
Quite heavy, man. Yeah. I'm holding up, but yeah, they still haven't fixed it. Back here on WPMC after the touchdown once again by the Tanners as Marsh sends it away. This time it is taken in by the Minutemen, and Flores gets near the 40, but he stopped short of it.
Flores really with a burst of speed.
O'Shaughnessy in the offense back out there for the second time. They could not get much going as they went 3 and out.
Like we talked about Amari Mo before, he's actually injured in this one, and he's been injured for a while. That's why he hasn't featured for this Lexington team so far this season. He is a special player.
Another handoff goes to Caldwell. He is ripped down again. Thomas Kenevi was the first man there.
And you question, Joey, they're really not getting anything going in the running game. You question why they're not going to the passing game a little bit. It's because the Tanners are locking that down too. Credit to Connor Foley, Mason Doherty, Ryan Piscini, Ryan Lush. The list goes on and on and on of contributors to this Tanners defense. And Coach Belcher and Coach Mullen have really put them out and got success week in and week out.
Whistling a timeout here. As we take a quick look at Tanner's varsity volleyball, and we've got a point there for the Reading Rockets. Currently, well, you'll see the Reading Rockets up by a score of 15-9.
Wow, the volleyball team this year, Joey, is very special.
So that one's over and taken in by Kira Doherty. And back go the Rockets, and it's blocked down, but still over the net, and we're back to football here. With O'Shaughnessy in the shotgun. And a quick handoff to Caldwell, who he breaks a tackle there and is finally able to get something going, but he looked to be hemmed in the backfield again. But with some strength was able to break past the line.
That looks to be the first bright spot for this Lexington running game. And shout out to our directors and producers in the truck right now, Anthony Giglio and Kevin Burkett, really throwing us curveballs. But me and Joey, we know what we're doing, right?
O'Shaughnessy back into the shotgun formation with an extra tight end coming in motion to block for Caldwell. Fourth down and another minimal gain. We'll see what the Minutemen elect to do here near midfield. And already down double digits by 16-0.
Looks like they're going for it. If I'm the coach here, I'm questioning myself. Of course, it is fourth down and very short. They will give them the 1st and 10. Interesting call here. It didn't look like they got it.
The ball did seem to be spotted short, however. After all, the Minutemen do have the first down with O'Shaughnessy back in the shotgun. This time he'll keep it himself, and Matt Souza is there again with a massive tackle, and the ball came loose. We'll see what the decision is. The ball does get ripped through, and it's J.J. Merlane who falls on it first, and the Tanners get a turnover and have a chance to go up by 3 scores.
Wow, Joey. Souza and Delagrati right to the football as soon as possible without the blink of an eye. And they're there. J.J. Merlane is there to bring in the football. And like we said, maybe 3 seconds into the game, the Tanners are going the other way. This is just a special performance so far. 5 minutes and 20 seconds into this football game.
Back in plus territory go the Tanners. Davis looks to be setting up with a shotgun with the lone back Canadian trips offset to the top of your screen, almost in a stack formation. This time Davis will keep it himself, and he is taken down nicely there by number 42. That is Thomas Higgins.
Of course, when you're up 16-0, if I'm Coach Belcher, I'm getting that next touchdown and then really trying some new things with the offense, because it really isn't looking too bad for the Tanners right now.
Mark Catone out in that trips receiver set.
Like we keep saying, take a look at Evan Kolodko on the bottom of your screen.
It's a fake handoff and out to Ferreira on the wide receiver screen, who's looking for the edge across the 40 and is taken down near the 38.
Credit to the blockers there. Mark Coutone really getting at his fellow number 10 counterpart, John Donahue, the linebacker. Of course, the senior for Lexington. But Brian Ferreira evading tackles, doing what he does best, and now we have a 3rd and 1.
Dylan Sigsbury back in for that strength package that the Tanners run every so often in short yardage situations. Pacini in the backfield along with Canavy, and it'll be a sneak for Davis, and he breaks through the line and gets a decent gain across the 30-yard line, and plenty good for a first down.
Yeah, unbelievable, Joey, how this running game continues. And I'd like to mention the weather tonight. Absolutely beautiful night in the city of Woburn here and the Middlesex County. Could throw the ball a little bit, Joey. Get some action going.
We already saw it on the two-point conversion connection between Davis and Sigsbury. And if we take a look back towards Wakefield's contest last week, Davis connected with Ferreira for his longest pass of the season at 82 yards. Davis this time, it is a play action right on cue, Zeke, as they look for Kolodko. It is out of the reach of Kolodko and incomplete. But as you said, great conditions to pass. They go for it there, just a little too strong out of Davis.
You know, Joey, I was just trying to do my best Tony Romo impression, but not to mention, like I said before, Dylan Sigsbury, like you said, the two-point conversion catch, and like we mentioned at the top of the show, the honorary captain this week. That just shows how much work Dylan Sigsbury has been putting in at practice and throughout this season, because it is a special honor. Of course, Hadi Bilal being that last week, of course, the senior leader that he is.
Mark Catellan comes in motion with Davis under center. It's a toss to Ferreira, who's got some space across the 15, 20, and he's going to walk in again. Had some blockers, but didn't even need them. His third touchdown and sixth in the last two contests. And just like that, the Tanners are up 3 scores. At the 10-yard line, Ferreira just let up a little bit. He knew he was already in.
Yeah, Joey, and look at the block. Did you see that block by J.J. Merlane? He took number 17 on Lexington, and number 17 just fell to the ground. I think he knew that J.J. Merlane was going to fall right on him, and then Mark Coutone right after with another big block to get Brian Ferreira. He could have walked into the end zone there.
He had Pacini even as an extra blocker, but Pacini had no one to block. No one was going to be in the way. And we've got this time a bunch formation for the two-point conversion. It's the reverse to Pacini, who is also going to walk in for the two-point conversion. And still in the first quarter, 16 ticks left to go. The Tanners 24, the Minutemen 0. Tanners back out onto the field to kick it away to the Minutemen after scoring their third touchdown of just the first quarter. As Marsh boots this one away, it's another deep one, and it's going to trickle into the end zone for the second time tonight. And the Minutemen will take over at the 20-yard line with 16 seconds to go in the first.
Of course, that special teams unit led by none other than Michael Nicholas. We like to shout him out every game. He actually told me in school today he wants his hair to look exactly like Brendan Schooler. That's his goal in life.
Brandon Schooler, of course, the special teams standout for the New England Patriots, who stand at the same record as these Lexington Minutemen at 1-4.
You know, Joey, we really question, is there even a standout for the New England Patriots? Of course, it's Tanner's football. Don't want to rant about the New England Patriots, but we are all in agreement there.
Schooler, of course, with the special field goal block against the Miami Dolphins with the new motion play that Bill Belichick decided to bring out.
Yeah, what a win that was, Joey. Just kidding.
Oh, wait. As O'Shaughnessy hands it off again to Colwell, and he's stacked up once again.
Who was that, Joey? Was that Brian Ferreira on the tackle once again?
Let's take a look. Yes, it was. Brian Ferreira doing it on both sides of the field. 3 touchdowns in just the first quarter. And after the first 12 minutes, it's 24-0 in favor of the Tanners. Back on WPMC after a quick break.
Yeah, I'm switching right now. Yo, where does she? Oh, hold it. You're putting this thing on.
I don't know how long I'm
sorry. This thing is so broad.
Not at the moment.
the camera's weighted on the bottom to keep it kind of balanced.
Yeah, it's kind of close.
Who did you talk to on that? Is that Anthony?
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
He just told us when we're going live and like
That's kind of sick.
sometimes like get a shot.
Back here on WPMC as we get another look at varsity volleyball as the Reading Rockets took the first set and now they are up in the second set by a score of 22-19. And the Lexington Minutemen are back out onto the field with a split back formation to each side of O'Shaughnessy, and it's another handoff. This one's a nice little run across the 25. Maybe the best play on offense up to this point for Lexington.
And one of the strongest tacklers on Ryan Piscini, really getting in there for a big tackle, making it 3rd and 2. Another big play for this Tanner's defense.
This Tanner's defense has done well up to this point in the game, allowing no points.
I think well is an understatement. I mean, they've been special tonight.
Of course, the turnover and fumble recovery by J.J. Merlane. And it's another handoff to Caldwell, who has 3 Tanners near him, but he still is able to manage a first down across the 30-yard line.
You know, you have to feel for Sawyer Colwell. I mean, he's getting the ball every play. He's getting beat up. And it's really tough to rely on a player like that that's probably tired, bruised up against this hard-hitting Tanner's defense. You wonder when O'Shaughnessy's ever going to get to throw the ball here, or that head coach Shane Wilson really doesn't trust O'Shaughnessy with the arm.
Same split back formation once again with 2 receivers to the top of your screen and an extra tight end. And a miscommunication there on the snap count as Ferreira jumps off sides. Tried to time the snap, but was unsuccessful.
You know, Joe, if you're the Tanners here, you got to be careful. You don't. This is a varsity football team. They can get right back into this game if you're not careful.
Especially against games like Lexington, where you know the teams are on different levels and you know that you're somewhat better. You can't play down to the opposition's level, as O'Shaughnessy hands it off to Flores this time, and he'll get a minimal gain.
23 Christian Flores on the carry for Lexington. Tackle by number 72, George Morales.
He's back.
Second down, 5.
After the minimal gain by Flores, the ball is spotted near the 35, maybe the 32. This is another short gain here by the Minutemen.
This one a more manageable 3rd down stop for the Tanners. About 3rd and 5 here, as we shout out to senior Jorge Morales, that is making his first appearance on the season. Of course, went down with that big injury towards the end last year, but of course the recovery trail came back stronger, and he's going to be a special piece for this Tanner's defense going forward. Of course, one of the best nose tackles in the Middlesex League.
Welcome back, as O'Shaughnessy is back in the split back formation. He will clap his hands, take the snap, drop back, look to throw. Here comes the pressure, and he is taken down.
And Joey, I don't want to shout out Tony Romo once again, but Jorge Morales there with the tackle. That's another big tackle from the Tanners defense, as it brings up 4th and 5 again, and the punting units are both on.
It's a launch of the play on 4th down, 8.
Morales next to Souza on that defensive line, which is arguably one of the better sides on the defensive line in the entire Middlesex League. Once again, another punt for the Minutemen upcoming. A high snap taken in by the punter, nearly blocked once again. This one's a shorter kick that will hit, and rolling near midfield. They'll mark it down at the 47-yard line of Woburn, and that is where they'll take over. With 8:43 left to go in the first half, the Tanners still up 24-0. As we take another look at varsity volleyball, the Tanners have battled back in this set here as Gavostis sets it up for Dorigo, and it's blocked down by the Tanners. That tandem of Gavostis and Dorigo to notch it up at 24 as we go back to Tanners football as it's a handoff to Ferreira, who's across the 40 near the 35, and that's where he'll be taken down.
Way is good for Woburn, first down.
Brian Ferreira a little slow to get up there. No problem there. It was more of the Lexington player on top of him. Of course, that would be Brian Ferreira's son, Nigel Natwatwa.
First and 10 Tanners from the Lexington 35-yard line.
Tanners into the I formation with Davis under center and Kanevi the extra tight end offset of the line. This one's a handoff to number 8, Braden Gillespie. His first
Yeah, great to see.
offensive playing time.
Yeah, great to see sophomore Braden Gillespie, another one of those younger players that has been putting in the work throughout the season and throughout the summer to get a little rep there in a 24-0 game. You're going to start to see that hopefully from Coach Belcher, giving these impressive starters a break.
Trips formation coming out to the top of your screen. Offset with Pacini in the slot. In the shotgun goes Davis. He'll keep it himself on the quarterback power. Across the 30 and 25 and near the 22. And a nice run there by Caden.
As we continue to see, the running game of the Tanners is relentless. Whether it be the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, jet sweeps, runs up the middle, quarterback powers, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're getting first down after first down, and it doesn't look like it's stopping. This Lexington Minutemen defense is really struggling right now.
Davis back under center with a split back formation behind him. The handoff will go to Ferreira, who's looking for the edge across the 20. 15, 10, 5, and down at the 4 goes Ferreira.
Really good blocks there. But there,
we do have a penalty flag in the backfield.
good blocks from the offensive line. Don't know that to be a flag. That looks more like a towel.
Correction, that is indeed an orange towel. That
You know, Joey, I saw the flag in the field. I saw exactly what we were pointing to, and I was like, what's the flag, first of all? And second of all, that flag looks really, really orange.
bunch formation once again near the goal line for the Tanners. And it goes up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown. Was waiting for the signal from the referees, didn't get it, but all in all, it's a touchdown for the Tanners. It's number 44, Thomas Kanevi, who notches his first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, 2 in the last 2 for Kanevi.
Davis and the offense back out there to attempt their 4th 2-point conversion of the night. It's the heavy set formation with Ferreira as the extra tight end. And it'll go up the middle again. And it looks like Lexington has stopped the Tanners short, which will leave the score with 5:32 to go, 30-0 in favor of Woburn. Back on WPMC after a break.
Immediate stops on the conversion, tackle number 10, John Donaghy. With 5:32 left in the second quarter, the score Woburn 30, Lexington 0.
How do I get access to that?
Seriously, so use the so go to YouTube and it's all on the
You want it tomorrow morning?
yeah, and just stream it up.
So like, even like later tonight?
Yep. It's all live.
Another quick update on varsity volleyball as we await the kickoff from the Tanners. The Tanners have knotted it up in sets 1-1, and Marsh will send it away once again, drifting towards the end zone, and it'll hit the end zone just across the goal line. Of course, Michael Nicholas, the first man down there, but no tackle to be made.
Wow, the stellar speed from the Tanners special teams captain, in my heart, Michael Nicholas. Well, not to mention volleyball, but boys and girls soccer getting 2 big wins yesterday. Of course, the girls having their breast cancer awareness game. Big goals from Nicole Ganji and Kylie Seitz, as well as the boys game, senior captain Colby Irving with 2 goals, and of course Matthew Belliani with the goal himself, with the celebration of signing the football.
O'Shaughnessy will hand it off this time, and it's stopped up again. Thomas Kanivi with a major tackle behind the line.
And Anderson Pignaton as well on the tackle. You know, around these streets they call him Piggy, a very young talent. Of course, a sophomore, number 71. He is an up-and-coming player for this team.
O'Shaughnessy still awaiting some signals now. Crouches down into an under center position. It's another handoff and another nice penetration tackle by the Tanners front 7. And Lexington, have really struggled to get anything going on the ground, Zeke, up to this point, with still 4:31 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, 100%, Joey. And they've had 2 or 3 plus 5+ runs and really nothing else. I mean, if you look at probably the averages of these running backs, specifically Colwell, you're looking at 1 to 2 yards per carry, and of course that's not going to cut it, especially against this Tanners defense, who is really holding them to 1 and 2 yards. And the fact that they beat the Arlington Spy Ponderers, Joey, wow. If we're looking at this Lexington team, I wonder what the Arlington Spy Ponderers have going there.
But as I've always liked to say, any given team can beat any given team on any given day.
Oh yeah, 100%, Joey, 100%. And especially in this league, especially in the Middlesex County, one of the best counties in the state when it comes to the sport of high school football.
As we get our first look at the WMHS cheerleaders, along with a 0-0 score in the next set for varsity volleyball, as it's bumped over by Doherty and dug out by the Rockets and blocked down again by Shannon McCarthy. And back played for a hit over the net. Greer taps it over. Back to Doherty again. Set up. And down to a knee goes the back row player for the Rockets. And oh, nice dive, and out of play it'll go. And the Tanners pick up the first point of the set.
Small bit of miscommunication there on the Tanners, but they get it over the net, and Redding with the mistake, and the Tanners get that first point of the set.
A little bit of a mishit there, too strong, but the Tanners will take the point. Back to Conley Memorial Stadium turf. And O'Shaughnessy is under center in the I form, looking for a handoff. No, it's a play action. He'll roll out for the first time tonight, looking to fire across the middle, and it falls down near the hands of Evan Kolodko. That pass was intended for number 6, John Kafalis, but it almost ended up in the hands of the opposing 6, Evan Kolodko.
And we keep mentioning credit the senior captains of this team. You know, it is 30-0, but like we said before, relentless, ruthless. There's a lot of words to describe this Tanners team right now in a game as lopsided as this. And it was really something we expected, Joey, a game like this, but not as fast as this developed.
After the incompletion, the Minutemen will be forced to punt once again, which means this high-powered Tanner's offense is moments away from coming back on the field. This one's a line drive kick, taken in across midfield by Ryan Piscini, and he's taken down short of the 35 to the 36.
About a 10-yard gain there. Piscini's burst just couldn't get past that last defender. He was really going to be gone.
Woburn starts first and 10 from the Lexington 38-yard line.
Shout out to our cameramen on this night, Haley Lalamere, Sammy Dutton, Chris Hayward, and of course our special producer, Anthony Gilio, in the van. Of course, bringing us all the Woburn Tanners sports action tonight.
Davis hands it off to Kanevi, who tries to go up the middle, evades the first defender, and a nice block on the other end.
Number 44, Kanevi to the carry. Tackle number 2, Darlene Lane.
And of course, at WMHS, we take pride in all the activities we bring at the high school. And of course, the band at halftime is going to come on. A really great band, of course.
Check that, second 5.
First competition for the WMHS band will be taking place on Saturday, as we see it's Asta Ferreira, who's got some open space again, and will walk in for his 1, 2, 3, 4th touchdown of the night.
And you mentioned competition, Joey. Is this a competition or more of like a practice for the Woburn Tanners? Brian Frere, like you said, 4th touchdown tonight. Do you remember what I said, Joey, after he had 3 touchdowns and you said 4th in 2 games? I was thinking 5 or 6. How about 7? Yeah, exactly. How about 7? And there's 3:02 left in this first half, so maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. It's going to be a sight to see how many touchdowns he has in this game, but it's going to be fun to also see some of the guys coming off the bench to help this effort and make it a really full team effort.
Back to the 38-yard line. Second down.
We've got a penalty actually on that previous play. Instead, Ferreira will go again across the 30 to the 25.
Number 15, Brian Ferreira on the carry.
A huge strength play there by Ferreira, getting the sideline fired up, taking down the defender.
Thomas Higgins on the ground for Lexington as Brian Ferreira used his stellar stiff arm there. As we were talking about Brian Ferreira and his touchdown, little did we know it was coming right back. But Brian Ferreira, of course, getting the ball right there again and making his presence known.
We apologize for the confusion, but Davis is back under center now with a whistle. And Lexington will take another timeout. We'll take a break here on the football field with 2:25 to go as we go back inside the gym as Woburn bumps it over the net. Greer pops it back up and over. Tanners go for the block. It's unsuccessful. Nice dig down to 2 knees goes Kira Doherty. And the point will go to the Rockets.
And Kira Doherty, the libero for this team. Of course, Brianna Liu last year being the special libero that she was. Kira Doherty taking her place as this Tanners volleyball team, of course, has been special, but Kira Doherty being a big part of that.
Serve goes to Doherty once again. And it was almost spiked over by the Tanners, but it gets down to the net, and it's 6-4 in favor of the Tanners in the 3rd set.
And of course, we're talking about the volleyball team here. Quick shout out to the special coach and teacher, Scott Roy. Boy, is he the man around here.
Davis under center, hands it off once again, another flag flies. Look at the speed from Piscini, who will get into the end zone, but we'll have to see if it stands.
Of course, when you talk about speed, Ryan Piscini does not lack any of it, but it looks like to be a holding call.
Piscini put both hands to his face mask as soon as he found out there was a holding penalty on that one. And for the 2nd time this drive, the Tanners have a touchdown called back.
Of course, Ryan Piscini with the 5th touchdown against Wakefield. Of course, Kenevie with 1, Brian Ferreira with 3. But you can understand the frustration of Ryan Piscini, as he's had a good season, but not as great as he's wanted to so far. That would have felt really good for the senior captain.
Split back formation for Davis with Ferrer and Kenevie, and Piscini comes in motion. It's another chance for Piscini, who's across the 30, 25-20, and taken down there.
Tackle number 10, John Donahue.
2:01 and counting left to go in this first half.
But a 12-yard gain there from Ryan Piscini, of course, making this second down more manageable, as it is about a 2nd and 7.
2 running backs in the backfield with Kolodko and Piscini, the receivers to the top of your screen, and Ferreira goes across the 10, dragging 2 defenders and taken down near the 7-yard line. Just showing the pure strength of Brian Ferreira on that one. Even while being wrapped by number 11, he's still turning his legs to get those extra few yards. Another handoff and a whistle and another flag. The 3rd flag of this drive for the Tanners. This one's a false start.
And Davis and Belcher nod their heads in disbelief, as you might see 30-0 on the scoreboard, but points in this part of the game are much more important than you think, because of the power rankings and how they work now. Especially the point difference and the opposition strengths. You want all the points you can get, as Kolodko is wide open in the end zone. Caden Davis, what a throw.
There, ladies and gentlemen, is the 5th touchdown of the night for the Tanners, and the first through the air. Davis connects with his big tight end, Evan Kolodko.
You know what they say, Joey, third time's the charm. Take 1 didn't work, take 2 didn't work, but take 3. Caden Davis took it in his own hands and threw an absolute dot to Evan Kolodko in the back of the end zone.
Great blocking there by the Tanners, and not so great coverage by the Minutemen, as the extra point is up and good.
And the extra point by number 10, Mark Catone.
By Catone is up and good to make it 37-0 with 1:01 left to go in the first half. And there is another look into the gym for varsity volleyball, as that one's deflected at the net and over to the Reading side. Dug out by Jillian Wells. And there's the spike chance. Unsuccessful now. Back over the net as we go to the kickoff. Ball is up in the air with a swing of the right leg and taken in by Flores. Michael Nicholas and a fellow Tanner collide on the play. It was number 20, Jack Vader, who collided with Nicholas, and it looked like Mike would have had the tackle.
Christopher Mulling to the return. Tackle number 7, Jason Patamas. Lexington starts 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Lexington will start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, with 53 ticks left to go in this first half. As Zeke mentioned earlier, during halftime we'll see a wonderful performance by our Woburn Memorial High School band.
Shout out to the Woburn volleyball team, 8-2, 13th in Division II in the MIA power rankings, playing 23rd Reading Memorial High School at 6-6.
O'Shaughnessy takes the handoff, drops it off to Flores, who is taken down right at the 35-yard line.
On the carry.
Of course, Joey, like we mentioned before, if you're expecting this avalanche of offense to stop when we go into halftime, they come right back on the field. If you remember, they deferred the first half kick
to the Minutemen, which means, of course, as you said, Zeke, they'll get the first possession on offense of the second half. 23 seconds and counting as the Minutemen go back to the line. Not really showing much sense of urgency here, as O'Shaughnessy takes the snap, hands it off to Caldwell, and he's dropped for a minimal gain once again. And the final seconds will tick away on the first half as we'll take a break. The Tanners 37, the Lexington Minutemen 0. We'll be back for the second half of action after the break. Coming up next is your performance from the Woburn Memorial High School Band.
Now taking the field is the Woburn Memorial High School Tenor Band under the direction of Mr. Jack Kelly, Mr. Steve Turcotte, Miss Andy Thompson, Mr. Axel Larson, and Miss Lorraine Tucker. The drum majors and seniors Nicholas America and Rachel Carlson. The student leaders for the band also include Stefan Bernardin Matthews, Adrian Caruso, Alana Fischler, Hayden Fleming, Sylvia Keating, Dawson LeBlanc, Morgan McDonald Wingeter, Reagan Muhammad, Anna Morera, and Leslie Sola. The Woburn Memorial High School Marching Band is presenting their show in the spotlight. Drum majors, is your band ready? Woburn Memorial High School Tanner Band, you may take the field in exhibition.
Yeah, we are.
How was that?
I was like, I need to like go down and like make sure that you guys.
Can you buckle this in? I can't get this one.
You're so fast.
Okay. I mean, if you want to fucking say it like that, I guess so.
Come on. Wait.
Bro, hurry the... It doesn't fit in that one. It doesn't fit in that one. I think we got it mixed up. Hold on.
This goes here.
Alright, we're good. Get away from me. I think the camera's in here.
Big ass.
Y'all here? Hello? Oh, hi, Anthony. Oh, I'm filming that this time.
What?
No, he's asking about post-safety.
Number 33, Nathan D'Souza, piece it up for Lexington. Back deep for Woburn is number 4, Ryan Cassini.
Back here on WPMC as we're just about setting ready to go for the second half action of Tanner football. Lexington will send it away to the Tanners via a squib kick that is marked down at the 50.
It keeps getting more interesting, Joey, from this Lexington team. And of course, after the game, we will try our best to get an interview of a player on the Tanners. You can text the players in the chat, and we'll take a look, and we'll try our best to get your requests.
Into the shotgun snap, it's Sean Marsh on the field to start the third quarter as Caden Davis has led this Tanners offense to 37 points in just the first half. And as Zeke and I alluded to, it is very possible that we see some of these younger guys get the opportunity to play some meaningful football.
Yeah, 100%, Joey. And Sean Marsh is a player that's been in this system for 3 years. He's really worked hard. He has impressive arm strength. And it's going to be great to see him and maybe a little of Hadi Bilal in this game, of course, the senior leader. So, can't wait for that.
Marsh tosses it out to Gillespie, who trucks over a man near the 35. Oh my goodness, what a move by Gillespie.
What a burst of speed from the young sophomore there, getting into the secondary. Wow, it's great to see all the depth that the Tanners have, and when they can go to a guy like Gillespie, that offense continues to roll.
Tanner's back in the full house formation. Marsh takes the snap, hands it off to Gillespie again, who goes up the middle, breaks off a tackle, and is still going, and now taken down across the 25.
And not to make another NFL comparison, he's running like Isaiah Pacheco out there with the strength and the way he runs the football, just with the pride that he has and the passion in the game. Of course, you got to have that if you're going to make the team your sophomore year.
Now an opportunity for playing time for these guys like Gillespie, and also we can see Mason Doherty lined up for the first time. This time the handoff will go back to Gillespie.
Gillespie to carry, tackle number 17, Brendan Schwartz.
Brendan Schwartz on the tackle for Lexington. We've heard his name a lot, but of course, tackling down the field, not really those 2-3 yard stops.
Two Connors check into the game for the Tanners, those being Connor Johnson and Connor Foley. Foley and Doherty out wide, the receivers. And it's another handoff to Gillespie, who's showing his strength again out across the 20.
And take a look at Jason Patomas coming into the game at wide receiver. And a couple players like Zachary Steiner in the game at offensive line. Of course, offensive line, one of the most important and hard, rough, tiring positions. So for them to get a rest right now is just perfect. It's exactly what Coach Belcher drew up.
Patomas lined up as a tight end with Johnson and Gillespie in the backfield. It's a toss to Gillespie, who's got Parziale to block for him, and he's out near the 10-yard line.
Gillespie's really just continues to impress in this drive as they continue to move the chains here.
First and 10 Tanners from the Lexington 12-yard line.
This strategy by Coach Belcher is actually not something we saw a lot last season, as Brett Tuzolo, now graduated, did not get a lot of time away from the field as the ball gets on the ground on a fumble, and it's taken in by the Minutemen, and just like that, a change of possession, and the Minutemen will take over.
Wow, Joey, that's just so unfortunate. What a great drive from the running backs of the Tanners, and just like that, Lexington are going the other way. Of course, not something to be worried about scoring-wise, but you want your players to develop, and that hurts for such a young player, but he'll get his next chance. He's impressive, as we've seen so far. And number 39, Connor Johnson, like you said, in the game. Interesting to see when we're going to see some more subs as J.J. Merlane and Mark Coutone, the two impressive seniors, stay in.
Matt Souza remains in the game as well on the edge. And O'Shaughnessy hands it off up the middle, this time to Flores.
23 Christian Flores on the carry. Number 39, Connor
Ty Cruz and Jason Batamas into the game. Mark Coutone and Evan Klodko, the two senior captains, come out.
O'Shaughnessy and this Minuteman offense have still yet to get a lot going, with still 0 points on the board, but we'll see how it goes along, as it's a handoff of the middle and into the secondary. A nice run there. That one goes to number 22. That is William Marchin.
Good trio tackle there by Mason Doherty, Ty Cruz, and Jason Thomas, as, of course, you don't want that speed to get to the outside and give Lexington a chance here, as number 8 on Lexington, O'Shaughnessy, comes back. Of course, the 6'3", 185-pound junior in this one.
He's under center with a 2-back set behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle it goes. A multitude of Tanners converge for the tackle.
Of course, it's going to be interesting to see where the Tanners stack up in the Middlesex League standings after a performance like this against Lexington, and of course the fact that they are undefeated in the Middlesex League, and their only loss throughout the whole season coming to an impressive BC High team.
Thomas Kanevi checks out, and we get an appearance at linebacker from number 52, Luke Nelson, as the run goes up the middle again for the Minutemen.
And of course, Luke Nelson, better known as Lil Balls around the streets of Woburn.
Christian Flores on the carry for Lexington. Gain of 6, third down, 2.
Okay, the Minutemen back on the ball here on a 3rd down and 3 with 5:34 and counting left to go. O'Shaughnessy up the middle, it goes to the fullback across the 45.
The winning 50-50 raffle ticket is a blue ticket, number 242-0262. 242-0262. If you have this ticket, please report to the merch table.
As is tradition at these Tanner home football games, the 50-50 raffle.
Of course, half the proceeds going to the Tanner football cause, and half the proceeds going to a very special guest at this football game who is going to get a lot of money tonight.
Up the middle it goes. J.J. Merlane's there along with Matt Souza. Mason Doherty trying to get in on the action as well. But it's a swarm of Tanners that stop the play. Anderson Pignaton also there as well.
Matt Souza, of course, always in the action.
Mason Doherty was actually stabilizing J.J. Merlane as he had his arms wrapped around Big 57.
J.J. Merlane and Matt Souza, a couple more players you question when they will come off the field, as they've been special throughout this season and the first half of this football game, as of course this third quarter has gone by a lot faster than the first half did with all those scores, as Lexington seemed to be slowing the game down.
O'Shaughnessy back under center in the I form with Marcin and Florida as the running backs. It goes to William up the middle and marked down at the 45.
Number 22, William Marcin with the carry. That's number 72, George Morales. It's third down at 9.
Third down and 9 after the 1-yard carry by Marcin.
Of course, Lexington known to be a great sports city with their high school teams. Not really liked around these parts, but this football team is not really to the standard of the Lexington Minutemen sports of the past.
Another handout. This one goes to Flores and immediately met in the backfield by J.J. Merlane.
Was that fast, Joey? Did he get past fast? Here we go. J.J. Merlane evading number 77 and right to the running back. It seemed to be rapid. Of course, Christian Flores there getting tackled, and James Moring did not stand a chance against the power and the presence of senior Jalen Merlane.
That will bring up a 4th and 14 for the Minutemen.
As a ref goes tumbling down. Wow, what's going on there?
There comes the snap. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. Taken in. No return necessary as Pacini signals for the fair catch.
At their own 28-yard line.
As we take another look in to varsity volleyball with the Woburn Tanners up 14-11 in the current set. As it's set by Gavostis and the free ball gets over the net. Devin Fee sets it up for Gavostis, who bumps it over and for the point.
Impressive hit there by Gavostis, sending the Rockets players scrambling.
The kill by Gavostis puts the Lady Tanners up 4, as it's another handoff from Marsh to Gillespie, who finds some space and across the 45. A burst of speed by number 8, but he seems to be slow to get up.
Number 8, Brayden Gillespie with the carry.
So unfortunate there. Gillespie had a great run, and he's had a great game so far.
As they tend to Gillespie, we'll take a quick look back in on varsity volleyball. Served over by the Rockets, bumped over by Gavostis again. And it's a left hand bump into the net. Left hand over the net by the Rockets, and into the net go the Lady Tanners, and the point will go to the Rockets.
Of course, the Rockets up 2-1 in terms of sets in this one.
High serve there, low, goes down, does Spinazzola. And back over, bumped by Doherty, up to Gavostis. And softly bumped back over. And a free ball goes up in the air. McCarthy taps it over. Excuse me, that was Greer that actually got the hit over the net, but it'll drop down in front of the Lady Tanners for another Rocket point.
Lady Tanners got to be careful here. They're up a little bit big in this fourth set, but the Rockets seem to be in touching distance here, 15-14.
Gillespie does get his helmet off, but is able to walk under his own power back to the sideline. We'll see who checks in at running back now.
Of course, WPMC always giving you special coverage here.
It will be number 29, Malik Kakande, and Connor Johnson in the backfield. The handoff goes to Kakande, who's looking for the edge, but he does not get there. He's met by 3 Lexington Minutemen.
Of course, Kakande, a junior, of course, his sophomore season, very unfortunate, tore his ACL, but a very fast track runner indeed, 11.5 in the 100-meter dash, and really a young star for the JV team, and is getting his chance here at the varsity level.
Marsh back out onto the field to relay the play, as Coach Belcher does. Connor Johnson in the backfield this time, to the hip of Marsh. Marsh will take it himself. Johnson picks up the block, and Marsh goes across midfield.
Number 17, Sean Marsh on the carry. Tackle by number 2, Darlene Lane.
As you see sometimes in football, quarterbacks have connections to baseball. Sean Marsh actually last season had his first season as a full-time member of the varsity roster for head coach Joe Wells in Tanner Baseball.
And yeah, Sean Marsh, he's really a big-time two-sport athlete when it comes to football and baseball. Of course, like you said, Joey, a varsity player for Joe Wells' pitching staff, as he is a really impressive football and baseball player, but now getting his chance finally for this Tanner's team.
And with that run by Marsh, that'll take us to the end of the third quarter, and we'll be back for the final 12 minutes of action at Conley Memorial Stadium, but once again, we'll take a look inside varsity volleyball. Served over by the Tanners, and it's tapped over back towards the Rockets. The free ball is batted into the net. McCarthy was there to block, but no need, as the Tanners will pick up the point.
That's a big point for the Tanners. 17-17 dead block, but they're going to take that point, go up 18-17.
Nora Greer back to serve it once again, and that's an ace. That'll put the Tanners up by 2, 19-17. Of course, a team in need of 25 points in order to come away with a set victory in volleyball. Unless the match was to go to a decisive 5th set, in which the point total to win will be marked down to 15. Cube quarterback sneak up the middle for Marsh.
Number 17, Sean Marsh on the carry. Good first down.
Back-to-back rushes get Sean Marsh and the Tanners another first down.
Of course, Joey Matroni teaching the audience new things every day, like he taught me in Spanish class every single day last year.
Anderson Pignaton able to limp off the field under his own power. And number 63, that is Mohamed Amahu, making his first appearance of tonight's ball game. Sean Marsh with a I formation with Connor Johnson, the fullback, and Malik Kakande, the running back, but it's up the middle to Connor Johnson, who's got some space to maneuver, and out across the 30 he goes.
Number 39, Connor Johnson.
Mohamed Amamu, one of those younger sophomores getting their chance in this game, as number 89, Jason Barrett, coming in this one. Talking about sophomores.
Barrett checks in for number 1, Jake Curcio, the senior.
Jason Barrett, one of those guys that you see at the field every time you go to Connolly Memorial Stadium. You'll see him at the field working hard with his brothers Thomas Kanivi, Mason Doherty, Connor Foley. The list goes on of the hard-working youth of this team.
Marsh back under center in the I form with 2 receivers offset to the top of your screen, and we've got a whistle.
Penalty flag on the play.
The false start will go against sophomore number 63, Muhammad Alahu, and that will push the Tanners back. Sean Marsh back out onto the field after a quick conference with Coach Belcher, and we have 2nd and 6 with 9:23 and counting left to go in this ball game. Connor Foley, the outermost wide receiver in the I form for Sean Marsh. It's Connor Johnson and Malik Kakande again. Connor Johnson with some space out across the 20. Makes a man miss towards the 15.
Number 39, Connor Johnson on the carry for Woburn. Plays good for a Tanners first down.
That rush by Johnson was good enough for a first down, and that'll move the chains for the Tanners.
Look at this here. Jason Barrett coming off the field, as well as Connor Foley, to make way for number 16 Mason Doherty and number 43 Michael Nicholas. So a lot of young stud scout and backup players on the field, still overpowering this Lexington team 37-0.
Jason Thomas also back out on the field at tight end. Marsh up the middle to Johnson, who, let's see where they mark his end of the rush.
As a good sight to see Gillespie back into the game for Malik Kakande, as he went down limping earlier. He is back on the field.
Good to get a lot of these younger guys in, and also some guys who don't get a lot of playing time, as that outside handoff will go to Gillespie, who has the edge, looking for the end zone, and is stopped short.
Just short, like you said, Joey. He really wants that touchdown. He's been through a lot this last 10-15 minutes of this matchup.
However, that play was good enough for a first down, and the Tanners will have goal to go. Goal to go from the 2-yard line. The Tanners looking to punch this one in for a 6th touchdown of the ball game. Let's see what Coach Belcher goes to for a play call here. Connor Johnson in at fullback. Michael Nicholas lines up out wide, along with Mason Doherty. Sean Marsh hands it off to Gillespie, and he will fight his way into the end zone for his first varsity touchdown.
Wow, and look at all his teammates jumping up and down. It just shows the camaraderie of this team, but all credit goes to number 8, Braden Gillespie, as he almost got a touchdown earlier in the half, and of course struggles health-wise. He finds himself back on the field. Impressive as he again limps off the field, but not for a lack of effort, Joey.
Now that he got that touchdown, he may not have to play the rest of the game if he wants to nurse that injury.
As of course our fantastic trainer, Megan Trainer, of course tending to Braden Gillespie there.
2-point conversion once again, as they've done all night. Up the middle it goes, dragging the defender, but it looks to be marked short. That was number 24, Taylor Nin, on the carry. And we'll take a break with 5:43-2 and counting, as we await the kickoff back to Lexington, back on WPMC after a quick break. Back here on WPMC after the first varsity touchdown by young running back Braden Gillespie. And we'll be underway once again as the ball is kicked away back to the Lexington Minutemen. and taken in by Flores.
43, Christian Flores on the return. Tackle number 43, Mike Nichols.
I should probably take the switch on too.
Back here on WPMC with the score 43-0 in favor of the hometown Woburn Tanners. And of course, with the score being how it is, we will have a running clock for the remainder of this ball game with 3:50 and counting, as the lineman for the Tanners did look to jump off sides. That was again Amahu, who leaps off sides, was not able to get back in time. 5 yard 5-yard penalty will push the Minutemen forward. Really, tonight it seems like it's an outmatch between these two sides, as the Tanners have seemed to have their way all night, and the Minutemen have struggled to get anything going on the offensive side, as it is the backup quarterback in now for the Minutemen. That is number 18, Cole
Number 43, Christian
Epstein.
Tackle number 39, Connor Johnson. No gain on the play, second down.
No gain on that last play by the Minutemen. And as Exame will check in.
Does that work?
At the defensive end spot, with Epstein in a split back set. He'll hand it off to Flores. He's almost met by Johnson, but instead he beats it, and almost near the 40, let's call it the 38-yard line, goes Flores.
Christian Flores is carrying. The play is good for Lexington, first down.
With 1:47 and counting, we will be downfield level at the conclusion of this game for a player interview, and backup quarterback Hadi Bilal getting an opportunity at safety to end this ball game. Under center goes Epstein. He'll hand it off to the fullback, who's looking to bounce it outside across the 40 and taken down by a combination of Tanners.
Follows for the carry. Tackle number 39, Connor Johnson. Gain of 2, second down, 8.
That carry was by number 16, Elijah Cunningham. With less than a minute to go now. Epstein under center hands it off again to the fullback, but he's stacked up right there.
Number 16, Elijah.
That's number 52, Luke Nelson, with the tackle, and with under 30 seconds left to go, that is going to be one of the final plays of tonight's ball game. And it doesn't look like another play will be run, as we're inside the final 10 seconds. The Tanners will come away with a home victory here to extend their winning streak to 3 games after the 20-point loss to the BC High Eagles. And with that, the Tanners will improve their record to 5-1. And after a quick break on WPMC, we'll be down on field level for a player interview.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Brian. We'll get Arlen. For what?
Say something into the mic.
Hello. Yep. Okay, I'm waiting.
She didn't say, yeah.
No, I'm waiting. I'm gonna go to him right now.
Wait, what switch did you press in? So, when you do it. The other one.
Shit.
Wait, what? Yeah, the first one. You don't do the same shit, bro. I'm gonna record it, man. Nothing moved, man. I saw that.
After you talk, can I get an interview, Coach?
Yeah. So I filmed guy did the show. How where have you seen it? With Thanksgiving. Yep.
Thank you, bro. Hey, good game.
Thank you.
All right, wait, hold on. And come here.
We're back here on WPMC after a 43-0 shutout victory for the Woburn Tanners. All three phases of the game were successful for Woburn, and I'll send it down now to my broadcast partner Zeke Altman, who's standing by with 3 touchdown scorer Brian Ferreira. Zeke?
Yeah, Joey, thank you for sending us down here. We're here with star running back Brian Ferreira. 4 touchdowns today. How did it feel out there?
It was a great game. Our team handled business today as usual. We came out strong in the first quarter and the first half. Just did what we did.
Of course, that game started with a wild special teams play with that first kickoff. And the defense played really well, too, you and your boys. How'd that feel out there, especially on the defensive end?
It feels good to put up a goose egg this week. Been wanting it all year. Feels good. Been practiced hard all week.
100%. You go into this game 6th place in the seeding in Division 3. Of course, big games against Belmont, Arlington coming up. But, of course, you're looking for that top 4 seed going into the playoffs?
Obviously, we're just looking to move up every week, do better. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we just get a top seed.
100%. Thank you for the interview, Brian Ferreira. Back to you, Joey.
Thank you.
Hey, good game, bro.
Thank you, Zeke, and of course, thank you, Brian, for taking the time away from the team to talk with us. And the Tanners will be on the road next week against the Belmont Marauders, where they'll have an opportunity to extend their record to a staggering 6-1. Once again, for all of our crew here, I am Joey Matroni, signing off, wishing you a good night.